Good evening and a warm welcome to all educators joining us today. On behalf of CENTA, we are delighted to have you with us for another insightful session in our ongoing CENTA webinar series for teachers, a space where passionate teachers come together to learn, reflect, and grow professionally. Your presence and participation continue to inspire us as we build a stronger, more empowered teaching community. This evening's session addresses a deeply important and timely topic that affects every educator, regardless of experience or role: differential learning. Now, it is a pleasure to introduce the facilitator for this transformative session, Miss Aarti Bagdi Gill. Aarti Bagdi Gill is a CBSE NCRT resource person. She's been taking sessions under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. She is a Microsoft Innovative Educator, certified trainer, and SDG 4 Global Ambassador with over 15 years of experience in teaching, research, and training. An MBA Gold Medalist from Jamia Hamdard, she has championed project based and inspired learning to promote creative and collaboration in classroom. She has led multiple capacity building programs with AIEF, CENTA, and TPC, and authored articles on early childhood education. Recipient of the Top Educator Award 2025 and Swami Vivekananda Pride Achievers Award, Ms. Gill continues to empower educators through innovative teaching practices. Now, back to the session. I welcome Ms. Gill once again, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I believe today is a day where we should understand what is the need of the time. We should understand that how this basically goes and how much this differential learning is playing a vital role in our classroom. So let's start today's session. Differential learning. Now, first of all, we should understand, starting from the root level, what is the meaning of this word differential and how it goes with learning. If I say differential, it means something different. So, creating the things differently, teaching the things differently, making session different for everyone. So, why we are making this learning different for everyone is the question. I want all of you to understand that we have different kind of learners in the classroom. If we have different kind of learners, then how we can teach every child with the same parameter, or you can say with same learning pattern. Differential learning will help you to teach every child, every kind of a learner, whether audio learner, visual learner, or kinesthetic learner at the same time in the classroom using different attributes. That is the beauty of differential learning. It encourages the creativity and adaptation in the whole process. If you have a classroom of 40 students, 30 students, 20 students, you can divide them in small groups and you can go forward with this differential learning. Differential learning always take place in groups because you are going to use different attributes group wise. So let's see in detail what is this basically. As you can see in this picture, the sitting pattern is there, and this sitting pattern is showing you that it is a small group. In this small group, there are 6 to 10 children altogether, and they are doing one activity in the same way all others are doing, but little differently. On the basis of different lesson plans, we assign children activities and we can make certain changes as per the kind of a learner. But the learning outcome will be same. It is actually based on an idea that learners should get the benefit. They should understand what you're teaching to them. If you are teaching them and they are not understanding, it means we are not reaching to learning outcomes. So it is very, very important that differential learning is actually helpful for the teachers only and respectively for the students. So why not to opt it? Why this differential learning is very, very important right from foundation years till higher grades, because we have different kind of approaches in the classroom. If you are expecting the same learning pattern by a visual learner, though that learner is an audio learner, in that case you will see there will be least engagement. Sometimes it happens that the children, those who are kinesthetic learner, will not be able to learn visually or by auditory mode. Idea here is to make them understand, to make them engage, to make them learn as per their own learning style. Why learning style is so important? Because every learner is unique. If I talk about personalizing instruction, in this case, when you are teaching or making the children learn with one single attribute in the classroom, eventually you will get few children are not understanding. In that case, what do? You basically give them personalized sessions, or you can say in very simple language, remedial sessions. So, why remedial sessions are opted? Why remedial sessions are required? Because we are following one single pattern for all 20, 30, 40 children. Idea here is whatever you are teaching to them, any lesson plan should have some diversity. Although you are reaching the goals at the same time with all the different kind of learners with different kind of activities, at the same time the learning outcomes are same. Isn't it amazing that every learner is learning on the basis of their own learning style, but we are reaching the same goal? So that is why this differential learning is so interesting, engaging, and making the children improve as well. Improve in what sense? Improve in their outcomes, improve in their learning, improve in problem solving skills, enhancing their creativity, because we are looking forward for encouragement and engagement both. When you see differential learning platforms in different classrooms, those who are opting it well defined, in that case, you will find that children are very busy. It means they are engaged. It means there is least distraction. It means they are reaching to the goals slowly and gradually. It makes interesting learning pattern, and it will inculcate very important attribute in the children, that is called patience. If we say nowadays in the classroom we see children have least patience, they don't have that much of sitting capacity, they don't want to sit, and they want to indulge in activities which are more outside the classroom. They are not wrong, they deserve it. But still, We are in a system where we teach children certain activities inside the classroom as well. We are inculcating that understanding that we have to accomplish certain tasks by active learning. So, in that case, your differential learning is playing a very important, vital role, dividing the children in groups and reaching the goals at the same time using different modes. Now, principles of differential learning. Every approach is having certain principles on the basis of which that approach goes. So, here, differential learning is having one approach, that is encouragement with variability. Now, when you see differential learning classrooms, in that case, you will find that there is one single activity which is done by four different modes or done by five different modes on the basis of that group. And then further, that group will represent that activity. It means you are giving the opportunity to the children to speak as well, how they have accomplished it. Now, can you see the variation? They are having patience as well. They are sitting, they are doing, they are indulged, they are encouraged to do, they are doing problem solving, they are creative. And of course, when they represent, it enhances their public speaking skills as well. Now, repetition. Of course, when you are in differential learning, you are not doing repetition. It means all four groups, or you can say all 40, 30, 20 children, they are not doing the same thing at the same time, though they are reaching the goals same. It means you are giving the opportunity to show their own creativity. You are giving the opportunity to opt their own learning style and represent. And apart from that, you are giving the opportunity to the children to explore and find out what is their own interesting way to explain any concept. Of course, we do not do everything in the classroom only. We do certain activities outside the classroom with parents, indulging parents at home. So, in that case, that is also a reflection for a teacher to understand that what kind of a learner he or she is. And then, of course, you are encouraging that learner because that learner is bringing something different into the classroom, whatever he or she has done in that assignment. That is again a reflection for a teacher to understand what kind of a learner he or she is. Now, can you understand how deep it is, but still how interesting it is? Differential learner will give you an impact in your classroom, that's something which is done by a teacher or given to the students by the teacher. In that case, the learner is exploring and giving back to the classroom in entirely different manner. Exploration is a beautiful word, and we should give wings to the children to explore. We are not in an era where we should confine to the classrooms. No, we have to give opportunity to the children to go outside the classroom, explore and find out the things, and then implement those things into the learning. For example, very interesting example I want to give to all the viewers, that whenever you make the children do exploration, you give them paper bags or paper bins, and then they collect certain material which is available in the nature, that is called Reggio Emilia. And then when they come back to the classroom, they are bringing those twigs and those whatever they find in the garden area or in the nature, and then they are using those attributes in their learning pattern or whatever the concept they are doing. And then they create different tableaus, and they're making projects, and then whatever the diversity you see in the classroom board, that shows that how beautiful differential learning is. So promote exploration is a prime most objective, or you can say the principle of differential learning. Learn through self organization. Of course, you are collecting the things by yourself. You are handling your own attributes by yourself. You are making the use of that thing which you have collected, which you have opted, which you have selected. So, isn't it it's self organization that you are making yourself understand that this is what I want, and then eventually I'm going to use it in my lesson plan object, or you can say the whatever the objective of my project is, and then of course whatever will come out, whatever the learning outcome will come out, is entirely different of all 20, 30, 40 students. Else, I can say you may match a group where all 40, those who are visual learner have done it differently, those who are auditory learner have done it differently, those who are kinesthetic learner. I believe kinesthetic learners are those who love it like anything, who are actually the learners who want to do something from their own hands. That's called hands on learning. So they enjoy it the most. And do you know, the kinesthetic learner, they are the more engaged kind of a learner. So it shows that they have tendency to have more patience, and to self organize themselves, and to explore, and to avoid repetition. So eventually we are looking forward that we should aim a part of kinesthetic learning into each and every learner. And then eventually you see that learners are learning so well with their own learning style in center. Now the question is coming into mind, this differential learning versus traditional learning. So, what is this traditional learning? It's a big one that I cannot express it in few lines. But yes, traditional learning was having so many, different pointers. uh, Out of them, one is a chalkboard learning, isn't it? If we talk about traditional learning, so there's a repetition sort of vicious cycle which is going on, or you can say it's a rote memorization, right? And focusing on that basically, and then eventually you are doing the correction, teacher is doing correction, and then again repetition and correction and repetition. That is what the traditional learning focusing on. But here in differential learning, we are more into adaptation. Of course, new is good, isn't it? So adapt it. Now we, as millennial generation, teaching the generation Z. So we are also adapting, digital natives, and we are using AI in our classrooms. So that is, of course, an adaptation. So similarly, every human being should welcome the adaptation, and that is what your differential learning is focusing on. So can you understand, this differential learning is creating those learners who will be the future generation of the country, and they will learn how to learn new things. It's again a learning, isn't it? Everybody is not ready to learn new things, but we should welcome, because that is called adaptation. That is what is welcoming something. That is called diversity. That is what is to do with certain experiments, isn't it? So, differential learning is a vast one, is a vast ocean where the moment you dive in, you understand that it gives you beautiful floral sea green pattern, isn't it? So, as you can see in this picture, if you are doing the repetition and if you are doing adaptation, the adaptation is always colorful. Repetition is just brushing on the same and again and again. So, your traditional versus your differential is this, and I believe that teachers should give opportunity to the children to explore differential learning. Though sometimes this differential learning may take time because you need to divide the children into group, you need to have a different sitting plan, you need to distribute the attributes. But trust me, the moment you do it twice or thrice in your classrooms, eventually children adapt. That is what we want. And they start experimentation. It means they start understanding what you are looking forward them to do. And then eventually they will adapt the diversity in the classroom in teaching lesson plans, and then of course they will be able to understand the sitting pattern as well, and then they start their work accordingly. And it is no more far away from any age group. You may start it from foundations and you may touch it to higher grades. And that is what the beauty of differential learning is. And even the teacher will feel happy that I have done the one single lesson plan in 4 to 5 different ways as per the need of my children in the classroom, and it will not take a different time. It will be in that 1 hour session only. So now, again, one more word is coming into understanding, that is differentiated. Now, differential versus differentiated. Differential means focusing on variability in the task. I want my class to do this task, but in 4 different ways. That is what my differential learning understanding is. Now, what is differentiated? That is focusing on adapting content and process to student needs. Now, what is this adapting content, right? Adaptation is very, very important part of this differential learning. That is what differentiated, right? So, differential learning and differentiated learning are actually somewhere going hand in hand. We are looking forward for student centric approach, and trust me, it is no more away from teacher centric approach as well, because it is teacher centric. You will not question yourself that I haven't met the need of this learner, because you have already divided their activity into that kind of a learning way only. So idea here is your visual learner, your auditory learner, kinesthetic learner, all are well adapted as per the content you are giving to them, because it is already designed to focus on variability and indulgence and encouragement. And last but not the least is engagement. Trust me, the differential learning sessions may go easily up to 40, 50 minute session by the same group, because they are at the same temperament, working together in that sitting plan and reaching the goals. If you assigned any one activity to any group in the classroom, you have divided the classroom into 5 groups. So in that case, they all are busy because they are same kind of learners, and they are meeting the temperament, because again, because they are adapting, and they are in a process to understand each other's learning ways and then reaching the outcome. Now, can you understand the thin line between differential, traditional, differentiated? Now, there's no more a gap in between these different kind of instructions. But yes, if I talk about traditional, there was no differential learning at all, because there was more of rote memorization. There was more of repetition, and then there was no variability. But in your differentiated instruction, of course, adaptation is there. So my differential learning, if it is in center, is more towards differentiated instruction rather than traditional one. So if we are into traditional learning system where we are opting the same learning pattern for all 20, 30, 40, then it's again a question mark. We are in an era where we are opting differential learning as per NEP 2020 as well. So let it be practically into our classrooms rather than just in talks. Now, quickly moving towards benefits for teachers. Of course, every teacher is looking forward for the benefit related to any kind of approach. So here, the benefits for teachers are there. Encourages innovative teaching. Yes, nowadays innovative educators are coming up. How innovative you are in your classroom, how much art integrated learning you are indulging into the classroom, how much gamification you are doing into the classroom to make your lesson plans innovative or different, actually. So, your differential learning is actually encouraging that kind of a learning, isn't it? It's making teacher understand how creative students are and how much critical thinking they can do to accomplish that project. Now, when I say innovative, then innovation will take place in a group and eventually it will increase the engagement part. It means they are taking time. Now, it's a very simple example I'm giving. If we are using the same learning pattern for all 20, 30, 40, in that case, what they do, they immediately accomplish the task and then they come to you, we have done it. Here we find the problem that is called least engagement. We want activities to be more engagementful. It means it is inculcating your patience. That is again a very important real life application. And it is involving your active learning, very, very important. And of course, it is giving rise to the more of indulgence into that particular task. So engagement, encouragement, innovation, very, very important. Last but not the least is observation. That is the most interesting work, I believe, is that you observe children doing certain activities, or you see children exploring, or you feel happy when you see children are doing something from that's what you call hands-on learning, and you feel as if children are engaged and they are feeling happy, they are exploring what they're thinking in their mind, and they are putting it like on screen, or you can say on paper, right? And then of course they are doing teamwork. Your differential learning is teaching children teamwork, where when you say what is teamwork, or when you make children sit in a group and do the activity, of course we are not saying anything about teamwork. It's obviously visible when they develop that adaptability to work with their peer. So teaching every time the different objective, or you can say different words or adjectives, rather than automatically making them into situation to prove that. And that is how they do it. They work in team, they have a group leader, and they take initiatives, and then they accomplish, and finally they explore, and then they represent in front of others. So, can you see, teachers, by this differential learning, you are making them to go for very, very important life skills attributes, right? So, of course, innovation is on the top of that. Innovation is very, very important in today's time where we are making the children to adapt new things. So, this is about the benefits for teachers, and I personally feel that this approach is actually making teachers sorted, that they have met the need of each and every child in their classroom. They're satisfied, even because they can immediately say that I've met the need of all the three different kind of learners in my classroom, and it is done. Now, of course, it's the time for benefits for students. Now, students are students and they are of three different types, as I told you earlier. In that case, what we are first of all looking is for a happy learner. A learner should be happy in the classroom. That is the beauty of the classroom. If you are giving the opportunity to the learner to be happy, it means you are giving something as per their own style. You are making them to learn in their own way, is again a mode of happiness, isn't it? So, making children feel happy and then learn is the benefit of differential learning. So, I personally feel that a curve on a face will make a whole day. And similarly, a curve on the face of children will make the day of a teacher. That is what how you emotionally connect with children. And similarly, here, if you are connected with children, it means you are making them feel happy by this differential learning. So, promoting the creativity is again a very interesting benefit which I had already discussed with you. Problem solving attitude, problem solving characteristic is not present in each and every child.
There is a technical glitch and there's a technical issue that we are facing as of now. We are just getting that resolved. It would take some time, probably a minute or so. So please stay with us. So our Miss Gill is actually facing an issue right now, a technical issue right now. So in the meantime, I would like to introduce all of our educators to a course that Centa has launched recently. It is the AI Summer self-paced course that Centa has recently launched in 4 languages. We are waiting, we will be launching the course in more languages soon. So this is a fully funded initiative by the Center Square Foundation. The course content that we have has been developed by Center Square Foundation in partnership with Badwani School of Data Sciences and Artificial Intelligence at IIT Madras. It is a free course that focuses on empowering students, teachers, and parents of Bharat with AI literacy at scale. So the whole intention here with the course is to make our teachers AI literate and understand the ethical responsibilities that we might hold while engaging with AI. And it will help you understand how we have been engaging with AI and still not realizing that it is a part of our life already. Our students have been using it every day. So why not we should introduce it to our students in a manner that they know how it is to be used responsibly. So to make that effort and to equip our teachers to be able to engage responsibly with AI and also guide their students, Centa has launched this course on their portal, and it is a fully funded course, so you don't have to pay anything. It's a free course. The content is developed by IIT Madras. So all the teachers who wish to join the course, you can go to the Centa app and you can register for the course from the app. The link has been shared in the chat, so you can click on the link and visit the course. And there are other courses that we have on Centa app that you can go through along with the AI Summer self-paced course. Thank you. So we have Miss Gill back with us. Ma'am, you could continue.
Yes, so we were actually talking about the benefits for the students. So I personally feel that problem solving is an area of concern. And of course, by problem solving attitude, or you can say improving in problem solving skills, promoting the creativity will actually raise the confidence of the child. So I believe all the teachers, all the parents, they are looking for confident child. They want to inculcate it. But how it goes basically? This inculcation is automatic, or you can say it will take place in a gradual flow process when you inculcate differential learning in your classroom. Now, what is my role? Being an educator, I am a facilitator, I am a motivator, and I am an observer. So, this word motivator is actually a catalyst for a child to be a confident learner or speaker. If I am motivating the child because I am observing the child, the moment I observe that particular group in which the activity is going on, then I can motivate the children, those who are lagging behind. And I can excel those children, those who are already excelling. So, in that case, for me, all students are unique. And I have to make all the children's to meet the needs. I cannot stop the excelling learner, but I will motivate the learner who actually needs time to excel. There are no slow learners. There are pace learners who learn at their own pace. We have to motivate them because we all are observers. We know that children are doing at their own pace. We have to guide them. We have to provide them that support. That's it. And they will come up with flying color. Mixing the methods and fixing the methods will again make you understand that how this differential learning is different. You have to guide them with different experiences, but you not mix and fix the methods. Sometimes mixing will give rise to and another level, which is again an experiment, but still we should not fix the things. Give them opportunity to explore, give them opportunity to pick by themselves, give them opportunity to select even. Now, very interesting example I want to share from live classroom, that children are looking forward for one particular kind of a activity in that particular format only. So they are looking forward, oh my God, maybe the teacher will give me this opportunity. In that case, what you will do? You cannot fix it that this is for your group, this is for your group. You can make it a game. They may select by chit method or whatever the engaging or interactive way is, so that they will not feel in their mind that this is a fixed way of making the teacher to opt it. So, of course, my role is little crucial, still very interesting. So, take care of your role. Practical classroom strategies. Of course, this is the part for which we all are looking forward. As we all talk about inclusive classrooms, we are looking forward for equity in the classroom. Every learner need scaffolding step to reach the level of each and every child. So in that case, project based learning is very, very helpful. Differential learning, project based learning go hand in hand. And last but not the least is your gamification. Gamification is again a very interesting part of differential learning. Art integration is again a part of differential learning, because when you are dividing the children, you are giving these attributes only to the children. You are giving the art integrated project to one group. You are giving a gamification integrated project to one group. You are giving an exploration hunt to one group, but your learning objective is same. So this is how you do and make the children understand, and this is how you implement it in multiple ways in your classrooms. For example, for language teachers, write poems, songs, or role play. So those who are good in writing, who want to explore, they go for paperwork. Those who want to sing are on verbal front, who are expressive too much, go for songs. And those who are more on creativity and exploration and want to express too much, they are on role play. Similarly, for science teachers, different experiments having the same concept. Few are looking forward for some hands on projects, few are looking forward for some drawing experiments, few are looking forward to find out and then recycle and represent that concept. So, isn't it amazing? Isn't it very interesting for the children? And of course, meeting the needs. For example, for physical education teachers, vary movements and settings. So I believe this differential learning is touching each and every subject. You are no more far away. You can opt it, and you may see beautiful rainbow colors. Of course, every approach is having certain challenges, and not talking just about challenges, looking forward for the solutions as well. So, first of all, the challenge is managing those outcomes. I don't know what is the big deal in managing, but yes, it's a challenge. Varied outcomes. You have to do certain brainstorming at your end as well, that how it basically comes out. What is the point of view of the child? In that case, you also have to put your input in, that how the child has think of it. And then again, solution, use formative assessment and flexible grouping. Give them opportunity to write up what they have done, so that you can have an understanding what is actually the idea or the notion clicking in their mind. So challenge is very interesting, and the solution is so easy, and it will give you an opportunity for a beautiful write up as well whatever the child has done. Now, whatever we have discussed, this is the reflection. Think, how can I introduce variability in my lessons tomorrow? Of course, every time we create scripted curriculums and scripted lesson plans prior entering the classroom. So, here, what is my thinking is how I will make the groups, whether I am a good observer or not as a facilitator, whether I know all different kind of learners in my classroom, whether I have bifurcated the 40, 30, 40 students into visual, kinesthetic and auditory learners, and then eventually what I do, I discuss with peers during training session. Of course, whatever your classroom scenarios you usually discuss, isn't it? And then you give this opportunity to the students as well to discuss with their peers. You know, when we discuss certain things, it enhance our confidence, it correct ourselves, and it will give the opportunity to the students same. They will also feel confident, they will also correct themselves. Of course they will come to you with certain queries, and then eventually what you do, you take their challenges, you understand their questions, and then eventually you give them answers. And that is what the reflection from today's session. So, variations are obvious. We have diverse learners in the classroom. So, when diversity is there, how come variability will not be there? So, with this, we conclude that this differential learning is actually empowering us. By what? By creating dynamic, responsive classrooms. And of course, it's a need of time. The children should understand how much caliber they have the moment you give them that opportunity. So, I believe this differential learning session will help you to create differences in the classroom when you have different kind of learners in your classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gill, for this informative session. Uh, I have some questions for you. The audience in the chat has mentioned those questions, so it would be lovely if you could answer them for the audience.
Sure.
Uh, just give me a minute. So there's a question that can you suggest examples of differentiated instructions for class 10 for X teaching physiology of excretion? For example, teaching physiology of excretion. So basically, somebody wants to know, one of the educator from our community wants to know that how can differential instructions be implemented for class 10 and that too for teaching science.
Lovely. So, before I give the solution or an idea for this query, first of all, I want to make you understand that this is irrespective of any subject. I've given you one example in between as well on one slide where I talked about literacy, science, and PE, right? So, we are actually looking subject secondary, first of all the kind of learner. If you have three different kind of learners, for example, I just take a number. If you have 15 students in your grade 10 section, and out of those 15 students you have three kinesthetic learner and rest all visual and auditory, I like say least auditory, more visual, and few kinesthetic. Now, what you will do? You first of all observe them. Your role as a teacher was to observe first of all. Then you have to motivate them and you have to guide them. It means you have to first of all divide them into different groups. Now you already have only three kinesthetic learner, rest all visual and few auditory. So what you will do, you divide them uniformly, isn't it? First of all, and then secondary, what you will do, you will motivate the kinesthetic learners, because those who are the learners which are involving the other learners to do, sit and create, isn't it? Now I am slowly and gradually coming for this process of excretion making interesting by the activities as per your subject. Now we science teachers are basically aware of different life processes, and this is one among them, isn't it? Now, when you give them a project or understanding for this excretion process, what you do, you divide them and then eventually you give them the opportunity to explore outside. Now, you are telling them that this is the process on the basis of which you are using the waste material and coming into the classroom with a project. Secondly, you are giving the opportunity to those who are well on art integration, that you have to draw and then you have to come back to the classroom. Children in grade 10th, they are, grown up enough to unite and do the projects outside the classroom as well, isn't it? For early learners and for primary and elementary learners, we usually conduct it inside the classroom only, but yes, these are the one who can explore independently and collect the things and then come up into the classroom. So your this particular topic can be very very interesting. Very interesting example I want to share from my own classrooms, where we had studied for bacteria for the first time. And what the teacher had done at that time, it was a traditional learning system. What she told all of us to bring that stagnant water sample, and you never know from where each and every child bought that stagnant water sample in a glass bottle. And then eventually we put that one drop on slide and we saw the bacterias at that microscope. So idea here is you are giving the opportunity, you are the one who is a catalyst actually. You are the one who is giving them an idea. In grade 10, children take idea and they are in an AI world now. You just have to give them a push, and they as problem solvers, innovators, will bring up certain different projects which you might have not even heard about. So idea here is for Gen Z's, basically it is good to go for giving them the topics and let's explore how they come. But yes, recycling, SDGs, they are into a consideration where you can rotate your projects on, like say for any kind of a topic for any subject, right?
Thank you, Ms. Gill. So the next question that we had was, how can teachers use differential learning in the classroom? But from your response that we got a pretty clear idea and an elaborate understanding of how our educators would be able to use differential learning in the classroom. If possible, one of the teacher wishes to understand what challenges could be faced while using differential learning in the classroom.
Very interesting. I want to say only one slide I've shared for the challenges, right? And that challenge was of variability. That is no more a challenge. Even I, as a teacher, if I feel happy, if I assign anything to the students, for example, very simple example, I'm saying that we are doing a topic of photosynthesis. Just take it like that. Topic of photosynthesis, and you have provided to all the groups white papers. That's it. Okay. Now, rest all stationery material is lying on the side in the classroom. All different groups, they will think about photosynthesis. They will choose their own stationery material, White paper sheet is already there with you. We are not doing 3D project here. I'm just making it very simple. Though all the students may create masterpieces, we all know. But still, you never know. Every group will be giving you a entire different scenario of photosynthesis. They will think differently. Some of them, they will inculcate their art integration. Few of them, they will think as if recycling is going on, so let's use recycle material for it. Some of them, they will be thinking, no, no, I will use something scrap to create it. And then they will represent at last one single process that is called photosynthesis. So I believe it is actually not a challenge, but it is a brainstorming. I take it as a brainstorming. Wonderful brains, they are working together and they are creating masterpieces. Idea here is how to reserve it. This is a challenge, isn't it? How to protect them, how to make them inside your classroom so that they can see it and they will cherish it that they have created. So, this is a challenge, isn't it? No more challenges are there in differential learning. So, differential learning is very wonderful, and in one single period, you are doing it three different styles. So, that's what the beauty, right? So I don't know. There are no challenges. Trust me. It's interesting. Yeah.
Thank you so much for those responses. It was lovely hearing all of these examples, insights, and the discussion that we just had. So, thank you, Aarti ma'am, for a very engaging, informative session for a community of teachers. I'm sure that our teachers have a lot of takeaway from this session. And thank you all for joining the session. I hope you found the session helpful. If you are registered and fill out the feedback form for this session, check your participation record in the app in the My Learning section. I will guide you through the instructions. Open the Center app on your device, navigate to the ongoing webinar section, click on Submit Feedback. Please note that this option will be available at 6 p.m. At the end of the session, we will share a 4-digit code required for feedback. Enter this code to access the feedback form 3813. I repeat, the code to access the feedback form is 3813. Complete the feedback form and you will be able to download your record of participation instantly. This new process was introduced to streamline your experience and ensure your participation is instantly recognized. As we conclude the session, I request all of the teachers that have joined us to register for more upcoming webinars. And you could see our webinars on the Centa app, and you can also go and check out the AI Samarth content on the Centa app itself. Have a wonderful evening. Good day to all.